My name's Professor Paul Carr and I work for the University of South Wales. The Being Human project is about finding lost musical memories that are based in the town of Merthyr Tydfil. Some of the memories are related to famous bands that played there, for example the Small Faces and Pink Floyd, but also it's the rich history of all of the local musicians that performed in the town between 1955 and 1975. I've been surprised in the discussions I've had with the community so far that there really are so many memories bubbling away. Since the project started, I've had approaching 200 photographs donated from the community. The real shame is that not a lot of people are aware of those memories. They're not aware of how important those memories are. I think when young people walk down the high street in Merthyr Tydfil today, they'll have very little idea of what the music scene was like. In the 1950s and the 60s, Merthyr Tydfil was a hive of musical activity. There was dozens of music venues, lots of different types of music taking place. So for example, in the early 60s, you had big band music being performed at the same time as the emerging rock and pop scene. So there was so many opportunities for young people to go and consume music, it's almost unrecognisable from the scene that we see today. So two of the more famous music venues in Merthyr were the Castle Cinema and the Palace Cinema. The Castle Cinema, which is now demolished, was the place where Pink Floyd played, but also bands such as the Small Faces, the Love Affair, Herman's Hermits actually played there. The Palace Cinema, which was further up the high street, was a regular weekly concert where young people used to go to Saturday afternoon concerts and also Saturday evening concerts. Between the 50s and the 1970s, I think there's no doubt that, just with the research I've done so far, that you actually see a declining music scene, to be honest. In the 50s and in particularly in the 60s, it was thriving. There were so many places to play. By the time we got to the mid-70s, it had reduced a bit. Well, the next steps, we are going to be going into Dowlis Library to capture some digital stories of the community members who remember the days between 1955 and 1975.
What I remember is a week's experience before I took my O-levels. I lived in Dowlis and I was able to go and dance 6 nights out of 7 before I took my exams.
I worked in town in Merthyr, and every Wednesday and every Saturday night I went dancing to St David's Hall.
We didn't have the makeup that the children have today to use, so I normally borrowed my sister's lipstick before going out.
My cousin and I went to Redhouse Boys Club. We caught the bus down, and the rule was we get the bus back. My father met us in Merthyr Tydfil town centre outside the bus station and take me and my cousin home.
Every night, the bands in Merthyr and in Swansea were not just bands, they were friends. Everybody was a friend. And after a gig in Swansea, everybody used to meet up in a petrol station in Llansamlet called Griff's.
So it's one particular night, we had the one dance, then another, and we went to get the bus, and we missed the bus. So we stood at the bus stop with 2 young boys, 18ish, and we decided to walk from Redhouse to Merthyr.
We went at 8 and it finished at 10:30 on the dot.
I arrived at the bus station. My father was there in the car, which was behind the Wheatsheaf Lane, which is now the bus station. It was all rubble. And he was there in the car waiting for me, and he was absolutely furious.
Well, I think it's been a really first-class day. I think speaking to the community members, they really seem to have enjoyed the day. They seem to be very much at ease. And as the day went on, the stories really started to flow.
It's brought people together to discuss those memories, and they've had a really good afternoon discussing their memories, talking to each other, bringing it all together. and those memories are also being collated into a memory box, which will be used in the future by local groups to look at memories and as a way of recording them and a way of generating discussion about the community and the way the community was and can be in the future.
Once we've recorded those memories, we're going to be taking them into local schools, and we're going to be teaching the children about their heritage, and most interestingly, getting them to enact that heritage through some very short drama presentations. Well, we're going to spend the rest of the day working with the children to help them reenact these memories. I think in the morning we've hopefully given them a bit of a snapshot of what their heritage is in terms of music, and the rest of the afternoon, which is going to be really exciting, it's just a case of them reenacting them. So Peter's going to be doing most of that.
Rafe, can you count to 3 under your breath, right? So can you go 1, 2, 3, Monday? Okay, so guys, hands to the side.
Hi, I'm Mr. Griffin and I'm teaching Year 6 at Merthyr Tydfil Primary School. Oh, the children are fantastic, really enthusiastic to learn, really interested, they like the players to teach, they take part in a variety of after school clubs, they always want to do more. It's not just writing in the books, it brings like learning to life really, and they're learning about people from their town, their local community, which is lovely, and like doing it like through dance, acting. They'll remember this more than writing a paragraph in a book. Oh, they're loving it and really enjoying it. They're all trying their best, I think, and I can't wait now to see the finished performance when it's shown on Saturday.
I think we have lucked out with our schools because both Merthyr Primary School and Gwaun Baron have fabulous pupils who are very creative, very imaginative, gel well as a group. They've worked orally and worked very slickly.
It's really important, you know, and the children have got a lot from doing this project with yourselves. It's a brilliant opportunity for them. Like I've said previously, we don't do enough music and drama within school. December, when we do our class production and our Christmas concert, is the only time really, but the fact that you've amalgamated the two with history and Merthyr and all the links that the children have learned from this experience has been really positive, and they've really enjoyed it.
It is a very good way of learning about history, but also it's a way of realising that you are yourself part of history, you are part of time changing and part of time moving on. So music, in a sense, is a lens through which we see the passing of time in this project.
And then last but not least, the third stage is we're going to be doing a performance in Theatre Soa, where the children get the opportunity to perform these things alongside the fantastic photographs and digital recordings that we've made to the general public.
So we are going to be doing our performance in next to no time, so we will be nervous, but we've rehearsed, so we should remember that we know what we're doing. Don't let your nerves get to you. Give a very controlled performance, give a very clear performance. Above all, enjoy it. Have fun in doing it. We worked hard to get to this point. We know what we're saying, we know what we're doing. So really enjoy yourselves.
A bit nervous.
Why is that though? Now that everybody's come in.
Yeah, it's like nerve-wracking because we got into this performance in front of these people. Because when you were doing it, you get to feel the way that they would have felt. Apart from just looking on the internet, you read what they felt like, but you just don't feel it yourself.
It's nice to be treated like the way they were.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? So, yeah.
Tuesday!
Do you want to dance? No.
Wednesday! God save us! It was really exciting, and what made it even more exciting is we got the opportunity to do it with a different school, which we haven't been with before. And it was very exciting as well because we got to learn about the past and we got to see people in real life instead of just on the video. I would definitely want to do something like this again.
It's important for us to give the children their different experiences and to bring in different experts from a range of different fields. It's where the children come from, and it's important that whatever they turn out to be in their future lives, they always remember where they've come from, and they celebrate the past, in particular the past of Merthyr, because it's quite a rich heritage. But the children were engaged in it, and then to sit in the audience and to watch the end product, one can only feel proud of what the children achieved.
Oh, it was tremendous, and the children were excellent interpreting the story. They were absolutely first class, and when they had to remember the script, they had simply a week to do it. I tell you what, outstanding.
I think one of the best things about this event and having everybody photographed is that in 2080 these children will be the same age as our participants today, and their memories of music will be so different but amazing, and they'll hopefully think of this when they are recording their memories in 2080.
Thank you for today. I really enjoyed it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It was fabulous having you, Charlie. It was really brilliant. So hopefully we will be back in your school at some other point.
I enjoyed the fact that we get to have these opportunities and that we get to we have experience of acting and everything like that, and I enjoyed how we learned about the olden days and how the music was like that. If this opportunity came up again, I would love to do it.
It's been a stressful week, but such a gratifying experience. If you'd asked me 4 days ago, I probably would have said we're not going to make it, but we have made it. It's just been such a great week. I think the community members, the children, the audience, everyone sort of formed a single audience with a single mind. It was just a fabulous event.